You have a syndrome that may provoke sudden death. This is what I have heard 6 years ago, lying down in an hospital bed in Lisbon after being diagnosed a potential heart attack while doing a routine electrocardiogram in the medical office of the company I worked for. It was not enough, the initial surprise of just doing a regular electrocardiogram and having to repeat the exam 4 times to have the same result, heart attack. It provoked me some discomfort and surprise, as I was not feeling anything special, but I knew that my work as a financial controller was having huge challenges and provoking me lots of stress and extended work schedules for quite a long time. That was a great wake-up call in the hospital, not exactly in the medical office. Because in the medical office I didn't feel anything special, as I mentioned. But when you are lying in an hospital bed after being connected to a device that measures your heart rate written and traces a report, a graph, and then the doctors come to you and tell you suddenly you have a syndrome that can provoke sudden death. How can you react to this? It's probably even stronger than telling you that you have a oncological disease, a cancer or something like that. Because with that diagnosis, you can start immediately doing something to look for a cure. In this case, this kind of syndrome, there is also a solution to install a defibrillator in your heart. And whenever the electrical signs or electrical activity of your heart reduces dramatically, this device will help you stay alive. It's called Brugada syndrome. The doctors told me to be operated and install the device. I didn't like the perspective of it, to open my heart in an operation and install a device that could save my life. However, I was not comfortable with it, so I took a second opinion. I went to see another doctor, and after doing some further examinations, the result was that I may have a tendency to have this syndrome, and it's it probably is not fully declared in my art. 6 years have passed, and 6 years ago I took a decision, and the phrase symbolizes that decision on that day. That was, you have to kill the numbers. And working in finance, and suddenly an insight like this, you have to kill the numbers, is a bit shocking. However, what came to my mind was, really, you have to kill the numbers before the numbers kill you. Because even if I don't have probably this Brugada syndrome completely defined or confirmed, the thought of eventually suffering a situation that can cause sudden death, well, probably impacts my life, or impacted my life at that time, and still impacts, even if I'm not thinking about it all the time and every days, all the days that have passed in these 6 years. So I decided to dedicate more to coaching after that event, and also I started to study a bit about neuroleadership, which is a recent field of science aimed at using neuroscience research and knowledge to improve leadership effectiveness. And in that same year, 2010, in October, I attended my first Neuroleadership Summit in Boston, and one of the sessions was entitled Sleep, Stress and Performance. And there I have learned further impacts that stress can provoke in you. Huge stress exposures, like post-traumatic stress disorder, whenever you have a really shocking event or a traumatic event in your life. If it's really, really heavy, it can provoke amnesia. It can provoke that your hippocampus, the area of the brain that deals with memory, physically starts to shrink. Probably because keeping a permanent memory of that event would be life-threatening. So your brain wants to protect you and make you keep being alive. That may be a cause, honestly. I don't know. I have not studied that in full detail yet. However, by learning or by attending that session, in the Neuro Leadership Summit in Boston in 2010 in October, I was more frightened, curiously, than my heart attack diagnosis or my sudden death syndrome. Because I have had several periods of stress in my career as a financial controller, and honestly, I didn't know at that time what were the implications of me being exposed to huge stress levels. So this diagnosis of the supposedly Brugada syndrome that I have or potentially have, and what I learned about the impacts on your hippocampus due to huge stress events made me really consider and strengthen the idea of wanting to kill the numbers and move out of finance and dedicate to another role more related with supporting and helping people, related with coaching, training, and advising and informing people what they can do about dealing with stress. And today I was not able to record this video spontaneously. I was here looking at the camera for more than half an hour, stuck and blocked, thinking about what will I say today. I want to celebrate this day. Today is Good Friday, so we are celebrating Jesus Christ's death and resurrection in Easter. But to me, 25th of March 2010 is probably even stronger. It's probably death and resurrection in the same day. That's a thought that has been on my mind during the day, and honestly, I was not able to be very productive today. I was very maybe tired, not tired, blocked, or not feeling in the mood to do some work. I have some pending work to do to catch up, and honestly, my body didn't want me to work today. So I took a rest. I took a nap. And thinking about today as well, and what has passed in my life since that event, and maybe even from earlier times, the title that came to my mind to nominate or to designate this video, or at least a part of my life, is a bit curious. And it is around how a controller lost control of his life and how he is regaining it. This came to my mind some time ago in the gym. I was doing a cycling class, and after that I went to the shower, and this phrase this phrase has come to my mind. And honestly, I believe it's a message that I want to share with my fellow colleagues that are still working in those kind of roles and profession, because I had to start taking better care of myself and connecting more with myself. What am I doing to gain better control of my life is being more mindful and being more connected with myself. I started practicing meditation this year with some regularity. Some time ago, or 2 years ago, I started doing some yoga lessons, and I started taking more attention to what I eat, to do some exercise, as I mentioned, not only yoga, but also some small runs, and even my mind had to change a bit. I had to start focusing more on what I really want, to express my thoughts in a more positive way, so that I'm able to progress in the direction of the goals I want to achieve. So 6 years have passed. I'm still here, as you see. However, the impacts of the stressful situations have not fully disappeared, probably. And my brain, my mind, and my body still reflects that. So I will be continuing to take more attention to my body, to my mind, and making sure that there is no huge pile of work that gets in the way of me taking care of myself. That is the message, in summary, I want to share with my fellow or co-workers in finance, which is take care of your lives first. Work is needed, work is useful, but you only have a life. And use it properly. Keep being alive if it's not only for you. Think about your partner, spouses, and your kids. How would they react if you suddenly disappeared? By thinking about that, I have changed course and direction of my life. and I'm here available to support and empower my fellow finance colleagues that may be facing similar situations. And I hope that my situation, personal experience, and the skills I have learned in coaching can help you look at your life and deal with your life and manage your life in a much better perspective, more balanced. Remember that you are needed and you are useful here. Work is just only a part of you. It's not you. So take proper care of yourself. And if needed, contact me to help you gain a better perspective and really define new ways of dealing with your life. Thank you for your attention. Have a nice Easter season. Bye bye.